Hey, on this Diddy Saturday night. I hope everybody's doing good. Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a big conspiracy theorist, and I wanted to come on here tonight and share something with that I had been thinking for weeks now, months actually. Remember, a while back, we they were, there were these drones or Dior bags as they call them over the northeastern part of this country. Nobody ever said where they came from. The government didn't seem panicked about them or anything. But I knew then that these drones were seeking something. I didn't know if they were looking to see something that was underground or if it was something electronic or what they were looking for. I had no idea, but I just, in my opinion, thought they were looking for something. But as part of my theory, I wonder if they were looking for something that would cause mechanical complications with airplanes. And since the algorithm has changed on this app, we don't hear much about those Dior bags, so to speak. But that is part of the next two things I'm going to say. Segue into, in the event it was something that they were looking for that would cause airplanes to malfunction, from the ground and send some kind of signal up to the plane for it to malfunction and cause an accident. What if the accident in DC was a part of the problem? I think that one, I think it was more of somebody on that plane that some entity wanted to not exist. And in order to get rid of that person or persons, a lot of other people were compromised. I think also, even though the media has called out the names of at least two of the people on the Black Hawk, I don't think that Black Hawk had people in it. I honestly don't. And I live in Mississippi, and I think one of the people on that plane was from Mississippi. That's another conspiracy theory. But in the event that these people do or didn't exist, I still don't think. The first theory is that I don't think anybody was on that Black Hawk. I think that it was a Black Hawk with something in it to get rid of the people that they wanted to on that plane. From what I've read and heard, Black Hawks can maneuver like bumblebees. And we know helicopters can do a lot of things, but this particular is a specialist military helicopter. I don't think that a part of my first conspiracy theory, in the event these people were not real, and I'm not trying to mock anybody, my heart goes out to all the people who lost loved ones. But in the event these people weren't compromised or didn't exist, or these are names that they just created, why in the world would they not be able to see an airplane the way that the Black Hawk is designed? They have it's all kind of mechanical stuff in front. I don't know it. My husband is a former Air Force reserve military person. He didn't fly planes. He did gun stuff, but he knows general information about those planes, and just it's a lot of tech on that plane, and I just don't see how it could have been an accident. And I think that again, it was a blank plane being flown by someone else and dove into that plane. The second part is the third part of the conspiracy is this, and that is those were actual people on the Black Hawk. But in my opinion, they were sent out to do something with something on that plane, unknowing that they were going to be compromised in the mission. I obviously don't think that they were told that. However, I think the people who sent them knew they were going to be compromised and didn't tell them that. I also think that with all the expert knowledge and expertise of those people on that plane, I think that an entity was maneuvering that plane aside from them, and is what made them crash into the American Airlines flight. And it appeared as an accident with real people on there. And it was, all caused to say, oh, well, it was an accident. But in reality, they wanted to get rid of somebody on that American Airlines flight. And I just think that, it's a horrible thing to think or assume, but I wouldn't put anything past the government of any nation, because people do things to get what they want in, certain positions that are higher up that are not civilian positions. I'm being so serious. And again, I hate people who lost their loved ones. I send my sympathy out to y'all, but those are just my 2 cents. And I really think originally when I said those Dior bags, aka drones, I think they were looking for something that had been planted by somebody. And I don't think the American government nor airline officials wanted to say what was really going on, because the airlines don't want to lose money. They want people to fly on flights, domestic and international. They would have lost a lot of money by saying it or telling the truth. And, also the government probably advised them, don't say anything. Don't even tell their employees what's going on. Not even the airplane pilots, because again, they would lose money. I think they were aware that it's something going on, because even since then, we're still having planes to crash. I think just today, a plane crashed in a mall in Texas. And I just don't think this is a coincidence, y'all. There are no coincidences. There are not. I don't think. I really don't. But I really segueing back to the drones. I think they were looking for something, and they don't want to tell the American people because they don't want us to get panicked. They don't want us to, again, not fly on planes and do things. But I that's just how I feel about it. I don't. Those are my the drones were looking for something that would be causing issues with airplanes in certain areas. Two, in conjunction with the incident that happened in DC and all these other planes that had no military, involvement, that just are having, that accidental crashes, whether it be a private plane or a commercial flight. I don't think it's just, the oversight of the airport looking at something that's malfunctioning on that plane. I think it's really something that these drones are looking for on the ground, some kind of magnetic something that will cause these planes to come out of the air. So anyway, that is my 2 cents on what's been happening with these airplanes. Y'all have a good night. I just came from the gym and I just wanted to share that before I forgot my thoughts. I've been wanting to share this, but I just wanted to let that what happened kind of settle before I gave my 2 cents. So anyway, y'all have a good night.